MOQ, minimum order quantity, can be a little scary, especially at the beginning for beginners when they deal with suppliers on Alibaba or on other platforms. And if you clicked on this video, you're probably asking yourself, how can I lower the MOQ requirement? And by watching the entire video, you will get all these powerful tactics that I'm using in my business to lower the MOQ. What's up guys, this is Tomer from sourcingmonster.com and welcome to another video. Now if it's your first time here and you want to learn more on how you can create your own brand, selling private label products on Amazon and creating a scalable income from anywhere in the world, then subscribe now, click on the bell and make sure that you get the latest updates and notifications for every new video that I released. Now also leave a comment, I subscribed, so I can personally reply to your comments. And one more thing, make sure that you go to sourcingmonster.com, sourcing-monster.com, and subscribe to the newsletter, because I share there some tips and updates that I'm not sharing here on YouTube. Updates that are more suitable for email, newsletter, and updates. So make sure that you subscribe there as well. And let's start with the video. Okay, so we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tactics that I'm using to lower the MOQ, and hopefully by the end of the video you will understand better how it works, how manufacturers, factories, suppliers looking at it. So when you negotiate with them, you have some knowledge and you can get some results with this knowledge. Okay, first one will be pretend like you're a first-time buyer and you don't have enough money, and sometimes it works. So let's say you deal with the supplier, you ask for a quote, and you set in the template that you want 500 sets or 500 units, and their MOQ, they're coming back to you and they're telling you the MOQ is 1,000 units. You deal with them, you negotiate, and they can't really lower it. What I will do is ask them, look, it's my first time trying to buy to sell on Amazon. I really don't have enough money. I will need also money for marketing, for logistics, transportation, to freight. And could you do something here? Maybe not 500, maybe 600. Just try to negotiate with them. Sometimes it works. Worst case scenario, you're gonna be staying with the same MOQ. But that's another way of looking at it. In your first second tactic, in your first message, when you get quote from suppliers on Alibaba, make sure that your requirement, you set it for 500 sets or units or 300. And by doing so, you already set expectations. And if they reply that the MOQ is too small, then you try to negotiate and tell them, look, this is what I want to order, 300 units. And then they tell you, like, maybe if you would put 500 at the beginning, they will tell you 1,000 units at the MOQ. But if you start low, you know, the negotiation is on your favor. So understand this. Try to understand why the MOQ, number 3, try to understand why the MOQ is set and try to offer a solution. So when they tell you 2,000 units MOQ, for example, there is a reason behind it. One of the reasons could be that they are big supplier. They don't really want to deal with small suppliers, so they set a high bar of MOQ, so they eliminate all these small sellers. Smaller suppliers that want business, they will usually have lower MOQs. Some products also, for example, this bottle of vitamin C, okay? This bottle of vitamin C has 3 components. So let's take one pill. You have obviously the components within the actual capsule here. This like powder, which is a vitamin C. I don't know exactly what it is, but that's where the factory is going to have the powder. Then you have the capsule itself, the plastic capsule, and then you have the actual bottle. Now, most likely that the supplier is not producing these bottles. They are getting it from a third party, like a warehouse that's, or not a warehouse, a factory or supplier that produce bottles like that only. Now, if this supplier would have higher MOQ, it will reflect on your order as well. So what you want to understand or suggest, okay, maybe the MOQ for my order, the 2000 units, you set because of the bottles, because if yes, then I have a solution. I have my own bottles factory that will allow me to do 500 units. And then if that's the issue, you could lower it potentially, you know. So try to understand why they're setting the MOQ so you can offer solutions. Okay, get quotes from both small and large manufacturers. So like I said before, large manufacturers or suppliers usually have enough work, so they don't really need you that much, so they will set a high MOQ and you know, not really dealing with these small new buyers. For them it's a lot of work because a new buyer asks so many questions and don't have experience, and for a large supplier, a large manufacturer, it's a problem. It takes a lot of energy from them and time. So make sure that you approach or get quotes from smaller and bigger suppliers. Trading companies are also a good way to reduce the MOQ because sometimes they will have some stock in place that they need to get rid of, or because they are dealing with one factory but they get it for many clients, they have more power. They can maybe say, okay, you want 500 units MOQ, but it's actually 2000 units, but they know that they can sell 1500 units to someone else. So if you come and need only 500 units, maybe they can make it happen. Offer to close the deal right away if they will lower the MOQ. So sometimes you will negotiate with them and they want 1000 and you 500. One tactic that works very well is by telling them, you know what, if I place the order right now, we proceed with it, will you lower the MOQ? Sometimes they talk with so many people and not many of them are serious. So when you offer this, maybe they can change their mind, say, okay, I'm gonna get the order today, you know, it's worth to me to lower the MOQ, but just get an order. So this is another way to get lower MOQs. The next point, offer to pay a higher price. So let's say the unit price that they agreed to is $3, but the MOQ is 1000. They just can't go lower than that. What you can offer them, tell them, you know what, let's do it $3.50 per unit, but let me order or reduce the MOQ to 500. Sometimes they will say, you know what, this guy is serious because they are really strict with the MOQ and they're willing to pay more. So that shows us that this is a serious buyer and we want to test it out. And many times they will allow you to do that. And the last point on the list is offer to pay 70% down and 30% when the order is ready. Usually it's the opposite. Usually when you place an order, it's 30% down and 70% when the order is ready, just before shipping. So you actually offer them, look, instead of me paying you 70% when it's ready, I will pay you 70% now, so you have more cash flow. And sometimes some companies, they're in need for a cash and they will say, you know what, I need the cash and it's worth to me to lower the MOQ. So these are some tips and tactics how to lower the MOQ. I hope it was helpful. Please like this video if you can, subscribe to the channel if you didn't subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.